Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our second live stream. And like we did last time, we're going to be talking story about the ukulele. If you have questions about what I do or just would like to know more about the instrument, if it's techniques, um, gear, cables, pedals, you name it, we'll have an open discussion. And once again, thank you all for joining us. I recently just got back from a month-long tour in Asia. I was in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and mainland China as well. We did about 10 shows, 3 workshops, and 2 performances at a festival. So it was a pretty tight schedule, but it was a lot of fun. I wouldn't trade this type of career or my job for anything else in the world. And it was a great experience. Had a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of friends that I haven't seen for probably almost 10 years, and it was great to see the community. And I have to say that the kids or the students over there are extremely fantastic. Their playing level is probably some of the highest I've ever seen for their age and how many years they've been playing. And so, if you guys have any questions, feel free to just let us know. But before we get into that part, how about I'll give you folks a few minutes and to think about what you want to ask, and I'll play you folks a song. That was just a simple arrangement of Eddie Kamae's Ku'u Morning Dew, one of my favorite kind of local Hawaiian influence songs. But yeah, talking about I guess you could say how good the kids are at playing ukulele in China. It's very close to like a professional level almost. It's scary. They practice very hard. The teachers are great. Um, in our next live stream, we're gonna be showing you some footage of what I got to experience on my trips, and it was good. Um, the competition that I got to judge was actually in Hangzhou, which was the last stop before I came home. Spent about 5 days there, and the first 2 days before the festival even started, it was a ukulele competition, and it was probably the biggest ukulele contest I've ever seen because it lasted for 2 days. The first day was the fingerstyle division, and like how you would normally expect, they kind of broke it up into age categories. So they have like the younger kids, the high school kids, and then the adults, and then they ended up having group as well. So you would have sometimes up to like 15 people in the same group, and that contest was from 9 a.m. in the morning till 10 p.m. at night. So I was literally judging for over 12 hours. And but they gave us some breaks in between, so we had maybe like an hour for lunch, and in between each category after they give away all the awards, they would let the judges kind of walk around, stretch their legs, and but that was intense. I can't wait for you guys to see what I was able to record, and I took Isaac's Osmo Pocket 3 along with me for this whole journey. So every single video that you're going to see after we edit everything and put it together is all filmed with this small little vlogger pocket camera and one Bluetooth microphone, and it did the job. So probably going to invest into the next Osmo Pocket 4 whenever that comes out. Looking forward to that. But yeah, it was fun. It was the first time that I ever traveled and tried to record as much as I could, because normally I just take pictures of my food or some cool scenic views when I'm sightseeing, but this time it was video. So you'll see when I show up to the venues, you'll see what it's like being backstage waiting to go on stage while the MC is announcing for you to perform or welcome you to the stage, and all the autograph signing as much as I could. It was the challenge for me was basically trying to place the camera in a way where it actually, kind of made sense as far as the angle goes and what I wanted everybody to see. So that was probably a new experience for me overall. But went through some of it before I gave all the footage to Isaac, and some of it came out not bad. So if you folks like this type of uh, videos or documentation of our trips, concerts, workshops, and tours, let us know, because it was a lot of fun, and I hope it would be something that I can only offer, all my friends and fans on Patreon, so it's more ukulele focused, and because I know on different types of social media platforms you'll see a lot of like audience members that's just browsing and they don't even really want to see an ukulele, but sometimes they'll come across a video. So I want only people who are interested in this instrument or what I do to be able to have access to all of this. So um, let us know if you have any questions. And I don't see any questions yet, so go ahead and ask away. We'll keep this next 5 to 10 minutes a Q&A. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to kind of let those questions start trickling through. I prefer high G. I think for me personally, because I try to travel light, although I do appreciate the low G, there's just more songs and arrangements that I've done over the years that works better for a high G. For example, like if I play an original tune like Mach 4, where the melody is using the fourth string, it wouldn't sound the same. So I wouldn't be able to do the line as most people know it. There's that. Even with the songs like The Unknown, melodies up here. So the voicing for these chords were, I guess you could say, specifically for high G, and I don't think either is better than the other. There's a whole debate. I've seen people get into arguments about this, but really, it just depends on what you're trying to do, because there's a lot of things that I can do with a low G that I can't do with a high G. And there are songs that specifically need a low G because you're dealing with very limited octaves on an ukulele. So when you use a high G, your lowest note becomes middle C on the piano. So having a low G to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra lower notes besides middle C can be a very, very big benefit. And for me, when I perform, I don't really like to change instruments a lot. Traveling with a single ukulele, I get less problems dealing with the airlines because most times they're going to try and make you check in your small, tiny ukulele that's smaller than some of people's luggages that are being put in the overhead. I don't know why they just have this thing for musical instruments that they just want you to check them in for some reason. But yeah, I prefer both, actually. It's just high G is more convenient for me. How many of you folks went to the LA Ukulele Festival? I was on tour during that time. Hope it went well. It looked like a lot of fun. Nice. That's good. Oh, so I'm actually I just got back from Asia, and tomorrow or the day after this stream, I'll be heading to Australia to teach a retreat alongside Matt Dahlberg and Mika Kane. and I'm very excited. I haven't been to Australia since 2018. This would probably be my third visit to Australia, but usually my trips to Australia are so spaced out. So when I go there, each time it's almost like revisiting Australia for the very first time. So it's like a new experience, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be spending a few days working with a group of students, and I get to teach them how to arrange or make songs their own, how to add their own take, kind of basically arrange and create their own style and put their own personality into the songs that they'll be learning. So kind of have a challenging job, but at the same time it's something that I enjoy doing because Mika and Matt are fantastic teachers. They know a lot about music, not just ukulele, but they can speak in a musical language that a lot of people, I wish they could understand, but they're also very good at communicating with their students. And so that's what makes them a great teachers. Is communication. So I'm very, very happy and excited to be able to join them on this adventure, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to eating some delicious food, some Australian beef. Sounds pretty good. Hey, Chris is here. What's up, man? Shout out to Chris Fuchigami, one of Hawaii's premier ukulele players, hailing from the Big Island. So, might as well kind of let you folks know what I kind of have planned for next year. So, next year is going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to be stepping down from the storefront at the ukulele site. Not leaving the company. I just won't be at the store. Um, I want to have a little bit more time to be able to do things like this for the community. One of the goals for Isaac and I with this Patreon is to help grow the community and share some of the experiences, knowledge, and our thoughts with everybody through a platform that is more ukulele focused and oriented. And so it's going to be fun. So next year, I am going to. I mean, I won't say I will try. I will release another album. It's been a while. 2000. I can't even remember the last, maybe 2018 or before 2016. These Moments was the last album that I released a while back. So,
not counting the one with Corey.
Not counting the one with Corey. We kind of did that one on our own. So there's been 2 CDs that Corey and I basically recorded together, and they're specifically for our tours.
Which didn't make the tour.
Which the first one it made the tour, and then the second one it came in a little too late, so we had to kind of improvise. But while we're on camera, let me grab one. So this is what Corey and I worked on last year, and it's about almost an hour's worth of music, but it's only 7 songs, so that goes to tell you that a lot of our songs are above 5 minutes. The longest one is about 9 minutes, and this one is actually available on the Patreon page too. So if any of you folks like what Corey and I do together as a duo, we'll have it available as a digital download too. If not, you can come to the Ukulele Lab in Waikiki and grab a physical copy from Isaac. I'll sign it for you too. Let's see. way from Japan. Thank you for joining us and making us part of your morning.
It's like 8 o'clock, 8:20.
Yeah,
Japan.
it's about 8:21. We're roughly about there. Any song requests from anybody? Oh, okay. We got a song request. Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's, Corey and I love playing that song. 1,000 Years. In fact, we redid that song on this recording too. So this album has the newest version of 1,000 Years and River Flows in You. Oh, Cool Morning Dude. That was actually the first song I played. That's one song I don't really play too often. What was some of your favorite foods during the recent Asia tour? Oh, so one of the things that I like to do on my tours is I'll try to stay away from any type of food I can find here in Hawaii or in the US. Like I try not to eat any American food or Hawaiian food for the reason why is because I like to try all these new things. In Taiwan, one of my favorite things that I ate over there was actually this very simple beef noodle soup where they took beef tendons and cooked it for a long time, so it's like really nice and soft and tender, with an with a soup broth and some noodles. That was absolutely delicious. Um, got to try like these dumplings, where normally dumplings are gonna be smaller. Whether if it's like a Japanese gyoza or shumai from like a Chinese version, um, it's always gonna be quite small. But this was like almost like eating like a manapua or a ball bun. It was that big, and that was really good. It was super filling, and I remember when we ordered our food and the dumplings came, and I was just like, "Are you kidding me? They're like this big," and there was maybe like 20 of them on one plate, and then me and my friend looked to the next table, and the next table had maybe about five businessmen. They ordered like a plate of 40 of these massive dumplings, and I was like, good luck eating that. I mean, it's delicious for sure, but that was way too much food. Um, when I was in Hong Kong, I got to try this. It's kind of like a jelly or jello, but I think it was made from like they use a bit of like bones from. I think it was like made from like a tortoise shell, something they do with the shell. There's like some sort of health benefit from that. So I tried that. Um, had some hot pot all over China. Chengdu was really spicy. That's one of like the cities known for making extremely hot and spicy food. They use a lot of Sichuan peppers, and if you've never had Sichuan peppers, you should try it because it's really interesting. Because not only is it kind of spicy, but it makes your mouth a little numb too. So um, that was great. It tasted awesome. My mistake was that when I go and have hot pot for dinner or any type of meal, there's usually a section in the restaurant where you make your sauce, right? So you got your garlic, other sauces. Well, I have this habit of just grabbing a whole bunch of fresh chili and throw it in my bowl. So there was already a boiling pot of soup with tons of chilies and peppers inside. It was already way too spicy. And then my sauce, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't think about it. So I just put a bunch of chili peppers. And I just remember the whole night, I just kept having to wipe my face down because I was sweating so bad because it was really, really spicy. But it tasted so good, so I literally couldn't stop. Um, that was delicious. There was just so many good things that I've tried. Oh, when I was in Hangzhou for the festival and the ukulele competition, they have this restaurant that serves lamb, and that was amazing. Like we had lamb ribs. I mean, they even did this thing where it's almost like a Wellington. So they grab the lamb. I think it's like steamed first, so they kind of cook it through, and then they wrap it in puff pastry, and then bake it, and it's so delicious. If you like lamb, that's really really good. I don't have any diet restrictions. I go and try everything, and that's one of the things that make it easier for the hosts, the promoters that are taking care of me, because I kind of want to try their local cuisine, their culture, because I probably won't be able to get any of the same stuff here in Hawaii, yet alone in the States. So some things are a lot harder to find, and they actually appreciate that. So if you ever travel to a foreign country and you're meeting up with some friends, or if you're a musician and you go and tour, and they have a lot of things that they want to share with you. And so I would just try it all. If you don't have no food allergies, just give it a try. I've tried a lot of different kinds of food, and I don't want to mention some of it because they so there's people out there that don't want to hear it, you know. And so I would have to say if there was one favorite thing, it's very difficult because every city cooks the same dish very different. Some cities in China will make something more sweeter. The next city you order the same thing and it's spicy, and the next place it's more oily or salty, and it's really really interesting. So let's see. Have I ever built my own ukulele from Ron? No, I have not. The most I've ever done on an instrument was set it up and install a pickup. um, I do want to try it. I know a few people, so now I'll have more free time during the day, so I'm not working at the store. Um, there is an ukulele class just down the road from my house. It's usually on Wednesdays, mid afternoon. So I actually will want to learn how to build. I think it would be great because I do setups for all the Anui Nui USA orders. So when people order stuff from us, most of the time it'll be me, and then if I really need help, Corey will jump in there, and because he actually knows more than I do. It's just I take care of most of the orders, so it'd be pretty nice to be able to learn how to build one. I think you get more appreciation for the instrument. Just for example, learning how to do a simple setup, like lowering the action, filing the nuts, the saddle. If your frets are uneven, you might want to sand that down, and then you might want to crown it later. All these kind of cool things. Like if you really develop an eye and for just appreciating small things, and also because doing all these videos for the ukulele site or Hawaii Music Supply, we have to talk about every piece of the instrument. So I think building if you're a player and you learn how to build, then it really, really helps a lot because then you really understand how every piece of this instrument functions and how it should. and what people are doing with it. So I think it's a very interesting thing to do. So yeah, I'll try to build my own ukulele. I will guarantee it's not going to be anything some of you might want to want to play, especially if it's my first one. But we'll see how it goes. I have a lot of friends that gave it a chance once, and then now they're just addicted to building ukuleles. It's like their new hobby. So doesn't sound too bad in my opinion. Okay, so we have another request. Ooh, Ken Franson. Music, beautiful music as always. Thank you. And he's like, how about overseas from these moments? Ooh, that is one song I haven't played in like over 5 years. Thank you. I tried. Oh, I see someone requesting for what's that? K-pop Demon Hunters. Is that? No, it wasn't. It was just an original piece that I wrote some time ago. So I needed a few rounds to kind of remember how it went. So I did play the chord progression for that song. I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of music out there that use the same chord progressions.
No, he requested Golden, and I think that was the K-pop Demon Hunters
Yeah.
song. No,
Yeah.
but you don't know that song,
No, I don't. He was asking if that was golden.
Oh no, I was asking, I was replying to that guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe if I hear it, I can figure it out in like 5
You're on the
minutes.
spot.
I don't know if I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say I can. I don't want to disappoint anybody. It's like, oh, it took you like 20 minutes to figure out two chords. Oh yeah, actually, that's a really nice suggestion and question. Terry Swart asks if I would like to work with a singer, and also it would be pretty cool. I think it would be cool to have some lyrics to some of the melodies, because a lot of times with some of my songwriting, I try to write, well, nowadays especially, I try to write melodies that can be hummed. You know, someone can hum. A lot of times when, especially for the older songs I wrote, like Mach 4, that's more of a technical type of song. And it's not really hummable. But then when I started writing pieces like Heartstrings, that type of feel is something that I think lyrics would be amazing. Um, I do have some friends that are amazing songwriters. We just never collaborated because I do know that if we do add some lyrics to one of my songs, then they're gonna have to be there for every performance, and some of them are quite busy. But I think it would be great. In fact, um, earlier I mentioned that I wanted to record or will record another album next year. And one of the concepts is to feature the ukulele in as many ways as possible. I've had this idea in my head since maybe 2015, so it's been a 10-year idea, and I'm not going to go too much into details, but there will be some collaborations with vocalists, uh, not just one style, but many different styles. We all know that I appreciate all forms of music, so I would like to see the ukulele represented or kind of put in the front and pair it with a singer songwriter, someone who plays other instruments, maybe a cello player, mandolin, banjo, accordion. Imagine that, like like a song specifically written for the ukulele and another instrument. There's not a whole lot of that out there that I've seen. I think you'd probably see more of that maybe in the European market, but not too much here locally in Hawaii. We use the ukulele mostly as a company instrument for traditional Hawaiian songs, island reggae, or fingerstyle. Those are like the three main styles of ukulele in Hawaii. So, yeah. Any more questions? Okay. here's a short clip of the first part of my trip, and we still have the rest to edit and upload for all of you. But just to give you kind of a glimpse of a small glimpse of what it was like for me on the road. Here's some behind the scenes footage of the Anui Nui flagship store in Taiwan. So check it out. All right.
You're like,
All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. That was just a very short clip of the Anui Nui flagship store, and that was actually also the same location. Well, it was located right next to where the first show of the tour was, and we actually have video of that on the Patreon too. So if you want to check that out, you can kind of see what that concert was like. There's even footage of me walking from backstage onto the stage, and a few clips of me performing as well. So we'll be posting more of this recent tour very soon, and we have a lot of videos to show you folks. It might be hard to just condense it all into one video, so be on the lookout for those. And I'll be recording even more content from this recent or upcoming trip, tomorrow's trip to Australia. So I'll be bringing the camera along with me, and when we get back, hopefully we can upload that for you folks to check out as well. It was really cool checking out the flagship store in Taiwan because they had pretty much the whole catalog on display, and there's some models that we've tried to bring in here to the U.S. That didn't get as popular, but it was really really cool to see the whole ukulele line, guitar line, and it was very well laid out. And the staff over there is awesome, and so I can't wait to visit it again. I thought that was a really really cool one, probably one of the coolest flagship stores for an ukulele or instrument manufacturer. I've been to a lot of shops here locally with our Hawaiian makers, and that store pretty much exceeded uh, a lot of our expectations of what it could potentially look like if you just get creative and choose the right colors. I mean, they really put a lot of thought into that one shop. So if you ever find yourself in Taiwan, I highly suggest checking it out. You won't regret it. You'll probably be staying there for hours because there's a lot of things to try. Everything's on display. You can pick anything up and play it. And so that was a great experience. And yeah, if you have any questions or even suggestions for the next live stream, what would you like us to talk about? Let us know in the comments. And hope to see all of you real soon. Leave you folks with one last short tune, and then we'll carry on with the rest of our day. A little Irish tune. Fiddle. we got another question. What is your favorite classic Hawaiian melody? From Ken Franson. Hmm. I think one of my favorites is probably Akaka Falls. Uh, I don't think you can really truly replicate the how beautiful it sounds with vocals, and then play it as an instrumental. But if you ever get a chance to check that song out, this is a little short version. Yeah. So Akaka Falls. It's a very repetitive melody, but it's usually, I mean, because there's so much space in between the movements, the melody, and the chords, and the progression, the rhythm. There's a whole lot of room for you to keep each note sustaining as long as possible. And that's one of the things about slow songs that I really love. With fast songs, it's very challenging because it's more technical. It's like your fingers and everything needs to move very efficiently. But when you play something slow, you're left with a lot of open space. And how do you fill that in? A lot of times, it's by speeding up, slowing down, getting loud, getting soft, letting just as much sustain for the melody as possible. And if you kind of play around with that, you get a very, very nice type of feel and emotion to whatever piece you're playing. So I think it's about time for us to wrap up our live stream, and we're going to be doing this monthly as promised. And so make sure you tell your friends, your family, tell them to check out the Patreon page and also to look out for when we post for the live stream. So live stream posts, we'll probably do it maybe the week of. Usually Isaac and I kind of plan around everybody's schedules. Depends on what we have going on. But we're going to try to do it at least like, second week of every month or so. And yeah, but we're actually probably in the future, I would love to have like a special guest with us for the live stream. That way we can kind of talk stories, share our opinions on different things about the ukulele, especially experiences. And we have a lot of international friends too, so don't be surprised if you see some some international artists on our videos very very soon. We already have a couple posted as performance videos or collaborations on the Patreon page, but for the live stream, I'm really excited for talking story with some of my friends out there. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for joining us, making us part of your day, and for all of your support over the years. and years to come. For all of you ukulele players or anybody who's just aspiring to get into music, have fun with it. It's a life changing instrument, and I wouldn't have been able to go on any of these trips if it wasn't for the community such as yourselves. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts, and looking forward to provide you with more. Again, please send us any type of message, email on our Instagram, Facebook pages, uh, comments on the YouTube videos. Let us know what you want to see, because we want to make sure whatever we're releasing is not just what we want to release, but also what everybody wants to learn, to watch, or to understand. So and experience. So let us know. Mahalo on behalf of me and Isaac. Thank you so much for watching. See you again next time.